Towson, stand up. The time is now. The world's
people who have most of their classes in Stevens, they have a better idea of what's going on after college than people in, say, you know, in our majors, people in the film major, people in the theater major, you know. You know, and I was kind of wondering why that might be. It's probably what you just said, though.
I think that major forces them to be aware of how the world works. I mean, and it forces them to be versatile. Whereas, you know, people in our majors and especially I think the theater major, focused on this one little microcosm, which is theater. Nothing else exists outside of that, and that's totally not true. And that's why a lot of us, I think, don't find jobs, you know, in the economy the way it is.
That's something I was thinking too. Like, it's one of my issues I have with the film department is, and this is like a film issue with the film department, like across the country as far as I know. It's like you just get taught film and the craft of it, which is fine. And I mean, it varies with each college on like how well it's taught, but then you don't really get the business part. You don't get business. There might be one or two classes, depending on where you go, that's like focused on the business aspect of things, or business in general. Which is why I took my minor, which is business communications and liberal arts. Like, I wanted to make sure I had some business knowledge, or at least meeting some business people to take, you know, so I can do what I'm trying to do in film.
Exactly.
Pretty much. I was actually at an internship over the summer, and one of the guys there was kind of making a joke. Yeah, I forgot why he made the joke, but he was just saying, he said something like, I don't know why they told me it was a good idea to graduate film school without also getting a business degree, or something like that. Pretty much saying it was a bad idea to not graduate from film school with the business degree also, because you go out there with a film degree, that doesn't help you find a job necessarily unless you have some business know-how, or you're ready to just go out shooting stuff.
Exactly.
You know, you don't really even learn how to, like, you just don't learn the film business really, unless you're just asking and adamantly asking your professor. There's like one class where you kind of learn it, but like to the extent where here's how you're going to find a job, or here's how you're going to get work, here's how you're going to. We learn how to put together our own movies, like a class that's on producing or putting together your own movie or your own projects or someone else's or whatever, but you don't learn, like, here's how I get from college to that point, to where I actually am putting together a movie. Here's how I get funding, or here's how I get this, or here's how this happens. It's like, you get a little bit of it.
I mean, with something like that, can that be taught in school, or is that something that you kind of just learn from going out into the field? And
I mean, I think just with the major, it's like just how the major is itself, it's both. It's like film people debate, like, can you be taught that? Well, I won't say people debate whether you can be taught it or not, but people, I would say people debate whether, like, a lot of theory is better than a lot of practical work, or like actually doing, you know, or if just doing it is better than theory, learning theory in class. And I'd say they're both helpful, and being in class along with doing stuff outside of class helps you learn TV or film craft. I think in the same sense where you can go to, if you're getting your business degree, you can learn business in class. I think you can learn some film business in class too. There's a lot to be learned outside of class, but I think it can be taught in class.
Yeah. That sounds really good. I mean, like, I think that it's actually better than the theater department. I mean, at least people in the film department are kind of thinking outside of the box, and they're thinking, kind of ahead. And
I mean, but honestly, that's just one class, though. I mean, I can't say that it is where it should be. Okay. I think there should be more classes revolved around business. That's just one class, and again, it's like, in my opinion, the class doesn't take you. You're learning stuff in that class that's only useful knowledge when you get to a certain point. Outside of school and into the film world, you're at a certain point, you can use that knowledge. But it's like, you don't know how to get to that point. You don't know how to get to the point where you're a producer. Like when you're graduating, you want to get to the point where you're at least doing something where you can make money or finding work or something like that, and you don't learn that. People who know it are just like they're doing the stuff outside of class, which is good.
Okay.
And that's what people should be doing, but you don't learn that in class at all, unless you're just asking.
Well, is there some way to not merge, but I guess to better to connect the business school with the film department, or
I don't know. Like, for one, that's why I'm doing my minor, and I know someone else who, I don't know if it's common or not, but I definitely know I met someone who was getting a business degree along with his film, like majoring in business and majoring in film also.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's something that can merge. I do definitely think there would be an advantage in people in the film department getting to know and trying to work with people in the business school. Mm-hmm. A great advantage to that, I think. And yeah, I really don't know why. I mean, I guess I kind of see why that doesn't happen, because people, I guess they're not naturally something that kind of flows together. But I definitely see, like, I feel that some, like, business people should know film people and vice versa. I see that.
I think everyone should know business people.
I think everyone should know business people, and I think everyone should know film people also.
Yeah.
Because, one, so much of today, first of all, I think everyone should know everyone, in my opinion, because you can always find, like, a skill in someone from a different major that you would never find in your major, really. But yeah, business is something that's like can be applied to every type of job out there, every type of field out there. Yeah, I agree. Everyone should know business people. But looking at it from my point of view, or from my aspect, I think film people should try to get to know everyone also. Like, you never know what you could do, what type of project you could put together with someone else in a different major, like someone who's a computer science major, or someone, I don't know, even someone who's a bio major. You never know what kind of thing you could put together.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I try to network as much as I can, and I try to meet as many people as I can in a variety of different majors. I just don't want to be around, the people in the theater department, because I don't believe they'll help me grow as a person, or as an artist for that matter. But I just try to get out there and meet people, learn new skills.
Yeah. And that's definitely how I feel. Like, I have a friend who I think is a computer information science major, or what is it, computer information systems. I think that's his major.
Is that IT?
It's yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't.
Ursula's major.
I don't know what you would call it, but it's pretty much. It's in the college of. It's 7800 York Road is where he takes classes, pretty much. Programming and whatnot. And me and him were trying to do something, work on this website actually. Like, and like when I think about it, it's like so many new websites are being made, or so many new. What's going on in the world. I don't really have to explain it too much, I guess, but as far as apps people have for their phones or new mobile devices where people watch videos or whatever, and there's so many uses for videos now. It's like so many things can be done with someone who has technical skill, web design skill or programming skill. So many things can be done with people like that, and people of multiple departments. It's just, I feel like everybody should be working together, and there should be more of an effort on everyone's part to do things together and let people know what they are doing.
Right. But, people are selfish, and people are very individualistic. I think that's just kind of a part of the existentialism of being human. I don't know, but I don't understand that, because I think that you can learn so much from another human being. And
what do you mean when you say you think people are very individualistic? Like, what does that mean to you?
Oh, for me, it means people believe they can go at it by themselves, that they don't really need anybody, that they have all the abilities and the knowledge at hand to do a certain task, or just to sensitive lives. And sometimes I think to a certain extent that's true. I mean, but I mean, I don't, I'm rambling, but.
Always give it 100. Let them know who brung it, who run it. They know got diarrhea, but they sick to their stomach. This is why I beat, and I say it don't sleep on the people. We dot our I's and we cross side T's. Please. It's time to yak. We don't sleep.